Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's free, doesn't cost anything. If there's something you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And Prince of Cups. Interesting. We got to see who that is. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's somebody in your life, but it's somebody who is trying to follow their heart, right? Someone who's trying to be authentic. Someone who wants to express themselves in their own truth. Okay? We got to put that into some context. That could be a few things here. We got the Ten of Swords. Uh-oh. Okay. Seven of Cups. Uh-oh, what are you doing, Capricorn? Now we got the Prince of Pentacles. We got the Builder, right? We got the Builder and we've got the Artist. And so one's practical and one is very emotional. One is very creative. One is, they're both creative in a way, but we need both of them. I think that's the point here. We can't have all heart and no building, right? No physical putting together of things. Okay, let's see what else we've got. We've got an Eight of Swords now. This is not looking good right here. We've got the Ardor Temperance card, Eight of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and we got another Prince, Five of Wands. Five of Wands, gosh, yeah. There's something that you've been working on that I think we're hitting a roadblock. We're hitting a bit of a wall here, okay? Because we have this builder energy, and then it's kind of like this builder, this practical aspect of ourselves. We started working this very kind of pragmatic project. We have this very utilitarian energy with this builder, right? The Prince of Pentacles, and then somehow someone came in. Maybe it was you. Maybe it's a different person, but somebody came in and started to try to do things differently. Someone came in and said, I kind of want something different. You know, what if we put the doorways over there? What if we put the joists over there? What if we built a huge, archway right here? And I think really the builder is saying, you can't do that. The thing will collapse, Reminds me of somebody who's there's a contractor building a house. The owner or whatever comes in and says, oh no, I want to have some big doors here. I want to open this whole thing. Let's take this wall down. I got this vision. I see this being in a really open space. And the builder, the contractor is like, can't do that. The whole thing's going to collapse. You need to have these walls. Right? So it's kind of like the artistic vision needs to have that practical know-how of what's actually possible and what's going to work. Otherwise, I think we're hitting this wall and we end up with this Ten of Swords where the thing can't really stand on its own. Right? That something we're doing too much of the artistic creative thing, that we're not really thinking logically or practically, And then we end up, this is the card called Ruin. And then we start to wonder why it's not working out with the Eight of Swords. And then we start to feel a Seven of Cups. We start to feel as if this is a failure, that I'm stuck in the mud, that I'm no good, blah, 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 blah. We have a lot of this kind of, these negative emotions, negative self-talk, okay? But I think the key is being revealed here in this Art or Temperance card, right? because this is the blending of things. This is the combining, the alchemy that's going to flow between the builder, the practical energy that puts things together, and the artistic vision, I don't know, behind it or in front of it or together with it. Right? So these two cards together are the recipe for success. Okay? And then we see, of course, another prince over here, the Prince of Wands. That's the kind of active. Now the vision is moving forward, and now there is this momentum. We're starting to pick up speed, and now it's just kind of like, now we've just got to regulate the gas pedal. Right now we're getting somewhere. This does not look good right here, but this is that wall that we might hit, and hopefully you're not there yet. Okay. But with the Prince, well, let's select the mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. Give it a little shuffle. And that card's going to go right underneath Alien, Simon Mork Ripley. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but hopefully it'll tie everything together, give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, put it down in the comments. Venture a guess, right? I urge you to do so. I think it's a good practice for us to exercise our intuition. All right. Now let's look around. The only major arcana card we have is the Art or Temperance card. There is an art to this, right? It's not enough to just have the talent. It's not enough to just have the creative force within you. The imagination. I can see it in my head. I can feel it in my heart. I know what it could be. But who's going to build it, right? Who's going to create it? We have to have that practical kind of technical skill, right? So we could be looking at this situation in any kind of way. It could be an artist, could be someone who's building a house, building a car. You have this inner artist that needs to have the practical skill to build whatever this is that you're building. It could be a business. It could be that I don't know, it could be music, could be art, could be writing, poetry, I don't know, short stories, fiction, I don't know, fan fiction maybe. You have that creative vision, you have the imagination, but we need to bring with us that practical skill. We need to find a way to blend both of them together. And I feel like the Prince of Pentacles is behind you here, because this is the issue. Not that you don't have any practical skill, but the way we've been kind of looking at things is that we don't want to follow the rules, right? That we kind of have this separation between artist and practical builder kind of energy. That this is, and maybe there's two of you involved. Maybe this is a team effort. One of you feels like you're the creative visionary, and then the other one is the one that kind of knows technically how to do those things. Okay. And I feel like for a lot of you, there is a partnership here. Okay. I feel like this is really someone that now that's really a perfect recipe for success, right? One of you is that visionary, has the dream, has that creative imagination, and the other one has that more technical artistry. It's both artists, both visionaries. One has a different skill set. You need them both together, right? We need that card of union. And I think there are reasons why you're going to be successful with this. Because you're recognizing that either one of these, they really should be here together like that. Either one of these alone will hit a wall, right? Either one of these alone will hit a wall. And it's interesting that we have the mind and the heart down here, right? Which in some ways I kind of associate with these two cards. I know this is Earth. It's not, it's not the air card, but to me, I feel like this is that kind of technical, complex skill set. So that would go up here. And then, of course, the water energy would go down here with the cups. And I feel as if you are almost guaranteeing success for yourself because you recognize this. Okay? Because you know that the heart and the mind have to work together. And now maybe all of these princes are you. They're not gender specific. Maybe all of these cards are you. And you're realizing that your head has to communicate with your heart in order for this to come together and be successful. What we're trying to do is take our plan, take our ultimate objective. What is it that you're trying to achieve? Is it making great music? Is it building a house? Is it having this business or being, getting the promotion in the business? Is it having these relationships even? Whatever realm we're talking about. We're trying to add flesh to this Ten of Swords. We want to make it into a Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. And maybe the mystery card. Yeah. But we have to know, and these are reasons why you're going to be successful. Why you're going to win in this situation, because you know that you will not win if we remain separated from this energy. If we have the talent, or let's say the vision, if we have the heart but not the mind, fail. If we have the mind and not the heart, fail, right? So you know that you have to blend these energies together, and this is really 1, 2, 3. There are 3 reasons why you'll win. You have the technical skill, you know how to build it. Well, you have the vision, you have the heart, you have the imagination, you have that sense of artistry. But you also have what's maybe even more important is you have the will, the intention, and the ambition. 1, 2, 3. You have these 3, and they need to be blended together. Okay? And we can see the fire and the water in this art or temperance card. Fire and water. Your ambition, your intention, your consciousness, your forward moving, your striving. This is your drive. This is your creative drive, right? Your strivings. You're trying to influence the world, right? We have to have that fire energy. It has to be tempered with your sense of love and compassion, your sense of artistry, your vision, your imagination, the kind of ideal, dream world that you want to manifest. And then we have the technical skill, the building of that reality, right? 1, 2, 3 reasons why you will win. But we got to get out of the muck, the muckety muck of the mind and the heart. The mind can overthink things. And that's what it does best. And the 8 of Swords is a kind of a nasty card, right? It's analysis. It's usually over-analysis to the point where we're tangled up in Christmas wires and we can't get out. Christmas lights, We overthink things to the point that we don't make any forward progress. And so we have to recognize this. We have to stop doing it. We have to say, okay, I've thought about this, 6 ways to Sunday. I just have to start doing things. Maybe it's experimenting. Maybe it's taking a break and walking away and doing something else for a little while, right? We can't just sit here and spin our wheels and think and think and think and think. This card is also good in some ways because it's showing that we are really thinking everything through. We're thinking through all the details, every single variable. But see, there's the trick. Because it's impossible to do. There are infinite variables. We cannot think everything through. We have to be content with, I thought about the 50 possible ways that this could go. That's enough. I've thought enough. I've done my due diligence. It's time to move. It's time to act, right? Otherwise, the mind's going to keep going. The mind will never stop finding other little differences. It's like, we live in a multiverse. There are infinite dimensions, right? There's another dimension where, everything is exactly the same, except, I have one hair that is gray or something, God forbid. And so we can't keep doing that because we will never stop. It is an endless process, right? But sometimes we get stuck in that process and we end up not taking action. So we have to be aware of that. And the 7 of Cups, not really any better. Not really any better. And really these two feed off of each other, right? Because we start to kind of doubt things. We start to feel as if we're not doing the right thing. And then we start to feel guilty for feeling guilty, right? We start to think, gosh, I'm overthinking. I got to get out of this kind of loop of the mind. I got to start taking action. But we feel like we're not making any progress, and then we start doubting ourselves even more. Now it's like, gosh, I just can't stop thinking about this. I don't know what to do. And then we start thinking, gosh, like I'm horrible. Why can I not figure this out? So we feed on ourselves like this, and it's really vicious. It keeps just cycling back around. And we're getting deeper and deeper into the quicksand here. This is a swamp that we really it takes a lot of effort to get out of this. Because the more we think and feel, the worse we think and feel. And then we feel worse because of that, because we feel that way. Okay. So we've got to get out of that kind of quicksand. It's a trap. Both of these are snares. Okay. I do want to do one thing. And yeah, let's just go for it. I got this Metatron deck, Oracle cards, and I want to do one to kind of counteract some of this swords and cups energy, yeah? The Path of the Serpent has a lot different energy. You notice that? Let me show you. See, this is stalled out. This is that wall. But over here, this is creation, right? Fire, earth, fire, fire. Over here is water and air. I mean, we got the earth, but it's in the back, right? Water and air. Over here, fire and earth. And I think that's very significant, and that's meaningful. So let's do one Metatron Oracle, and it is the Metatron Rainbow Bridge, always open. Well, that's really cool because that brings us over to the Path of the Serpent. You see, we have the rainbow over here. And I think the rainbow is really it's the diversity of the mind, the refracted light of our souls, right, goes out into every direction, creates the rainbow, many different colors. It's kind of the reunion of all of those colors. It's the resolving of everything back into the one light. I feel like this is us kind of getting out of the heart and mind, overthinking, overfeeling, right, by focusing on the pure goal, the pure kind of aspiration of it all. What's on the other side of the rainbow, right? What is it? What is our desired outcome? What is the flesh that we're trying to build on this skeleton? Yeah. What is the meat of this thing? What is the satisfaction of this? What are we trying to actually do? Well, I'm trying to, I'm trying to create this thing and I want to build it together, but I can't figure out how to go forward. Yeah, but simpler than that. In one word even, what are you trying to do, right? And then the Eight of Wands has that. This is a very swift card. It's called swiftness. It's about the speed of our what's the speed of light, right? And it's the speed at which we can travel and make progress and make connections when we're not bogged down in the thinking and feeling. And we're kind of bogged down in this, well, almost in the earth. It's kind of like we've got the earth here, we've got all this water. It's like we're making mud, right? We're making mud, and then we're trying to think our way out of that mud rather than acting, rather than just getting out of it, going forward, right? You can't think your way out of this. You know what I mean? The Eight of Wands sometimes talks of anxiety because I feel like there's a lot of different directions that we could go, and it's a difficult choice, right? What we need to do is to align all of these forces together. Again, harmonizing the heart, the mind, the body, right? The intention, the will, and shooting this arrow straight ahead, right? Everything has to just be committed to one particular direction. And it's really, we're going over the rainbow here, you know. But we're not going to get there if we are scattering our light, you know, as in through this water energy. If our light is being, I think it's refraction, right? It's being refracted, and yeah, that creates the rainbow. But what we're trying to do is get to the source, or get to the end, or to reconcile these different colors, you know, to get to that pure light that is the source of the rainbow. It's on the other side of it. It's kind of where that light is coming from. And it may seem like there are a million different options here, but it's all coming from one light, one source. It's split up into all these different ideas. And so maybe our artistic vision seems like it's kind of all over the place. I want to do so many different things. Right? How can I reconcile that? Well, we have to focus first on that Four of Pentacles. We have to bring ourselves back to our physical bodies. Let's get this physical energy back. Let's start doing practical things just right now in your room, in your house, whatever you're doing. Like, just start do it. Like, go wash a dish, or just go fold a piece of clothing, or get up and do a couple of jumping jacks or something. Just do anything that will put you back in your physical body. Okay. There's not a lot of earth cards here. And that's what we really need. We need to reconnect with our builder here. So just, you know, even just go outside and hug a tree, you know. I know it sounds silly, but literally. Do something that will reconnect you with your physical senses, with your body. We got to get out of our heart and out of our mind. We got to connect with something physically. Go, you know, touch, pick up a stone. Especially one that's been outside, it's nice and cold. You know, I got my orb here. But you may notice that sometimes I've got my hand on it, you know. Because that sensation, that difference, that fluctuation in temperature or of texture makes us aware, right? It gives us that fire energy. And it focuses the fire energy on, which is our consciousness, focuses it on something specific. So it kind of counteracts this 8. And I think that this really is a cure for anxiety, right? Not a cure, but a technique, right? Something that we can do when we're feeling this way. I really do. I think these Metatron cards are very beautiful cards. Let me know if you use these. And I think the colors really are nice. I'm not sure about the energies yet. I've got to use them a little bit more. But I feel like we have this kind of practical thing that we have to do now to get us out of our head, get us out of this mud. Is, you know, maybe go and stick your foot in some mud, right? To activate the physical sensations, to put us back in our bodies and give us one particular thing that we can focus on, even if it's just picking up a coin or a stone or something that has something that creates some kind of a differential, you know? And that brings our consciousness back to focus. It snaps us out of this a little bit. And we can get to this Prince of Wands. The Prince of Wands is the intention, the will, that unifies all of this other stuff. Everything gets behind this will. And this will, this intention, this consciousness is a creative drive. It's focused on the 5 of Wands. And this is your striving. This is you reaching out into the world and trying to do something, trying to change something. We're not just sitting back, letting the world change us, mold us, and we're not doing anything. No, we're reaching right back. It's a striving. And I think that the difficult part is the Prince of Wands. I think the difficult part is getting out of the heart and the mind, getting back in touch with our body, and having that moment of conscious awareness. It's almost a small enlightenment moment, you know. Self-remembering, being aware of ourselves again, where I am, what I'm doing, what I'm connecting with through my senses in this moment. and then we start pushing forward again. Then we start making movements. Then we start creating success. Then we start making progress. Yeah. And I think this is that striving. I want to look at the mystery card. I want to see what success this is bringing for you. Because I feel like this is the way forward. Now we've got all this activity, all of this movement. We're out here, making our mark on the world, right? We're out here striving. What is it resulting in? Or what is that unknown factor, let's say? Well, obviously I want to see a 10 of cups, pentacles, or wands. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we have. Well, we have the sun. I think this is perfect. I think this is the flesh on the bones of our will, of our idea. This is the culmination of all. This is that kind of enlightened consciousness, right, that we're talking about. And interestingly, it is obviously the sunlight, the source of the visible light and the invisible ends of the spectrum. But it's the sunlight that creates these rainbows. So we realize that it's not a million different things, a million different thoughts, a million different ideas, a million different feelings. No, it's all one. It's all coming from one place. And if we just can get to that, it gives us that moment of enlightenment, and we can move forward with intention without getting bogged down by our thoughts and feelings, overthinking, overfeeling, right? And the sun, we know, is way out there, right? Above the clouds, above the air and water of our lives, right? Realizes that the thinking and the feeling, all that stuff, that's just weather. That's just stuff that's down here on the physical realm, but the source of everything is beyond that. Your true self is beyond that. So it's even a more objective view of things. This is you succeeding. This card is all about success, wealth. This is a healthfulness. This card is clarity. This card is enlightenment. This card is self-realization. This card is you discovering the light, being the light, right? But in a very practical way, this card is talking about money, right? It's gold. Yeah. So there's the success of what you're doing here. I think this is a perfect confirmation, perfect way to end a reading. We are going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Capricorn, Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.